Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Roblox here.
You can beat all the both NPCs.
Wobble, wobble.
Don't forget the rewards.
Hi.
Hooray! A tire hit.
I'm watching this guy called Jello Apocalypse, and he's so funny.
Roaming legendaries. You gotta buy it. This version has all the Pokemon in it. Yo, shout out to the best Pokemon.
Real 1763. Yes.
Go, admin chaps. They made fun of my jorts. But who's laughing now? Join me, and together we shall create a world that is comfy and easy to wear.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to support the show, then please check out Audible.com. Audible has an unmatched selection of audiobooks, original audio shows, news, comedy, and more. And if you use my link at audible.com/jello, you can get a free audiobook of your choice right now, and you get to keep that audiobook after the trial ends, even if you don't continue the service. That is a good deal. In honor of Spooky Month, I'm going to recommend a book about one of the best horror-ish films of all time, Young Frankenstein, a Mel Brooks book, the story and making of the film, written and narrated by, you guessed it, Mel Brooks. Pick up that book or any other book of your choice absolutely free by using this link. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks!
More professor pointers to help you remember type matchups using common logic. It's really hard to punch a bird. You can't be psychic if there's a bug on you. Ice gets in cracks and does that thing where it breaks the ground, but not rocks, which are strong against ice despite coming out of the ground. Can't get your computer to work? Punch it. Got the wrong flavor of ice cream? Punch it. Can't get your boss to give you that raise? Punch it. And if you're fighting a shadow Pokemon, you should turn the game off and play a better one.
So this is basically
About
Gravity
Marbles and
Falls.
our twin brother Dipstick. They go up to Gravity Falls, Oregon for a fun summer of chicanery with their uncle, Martin Mystery. Dipstick is convinced they're monsters, but Uncle Mystery's like, nah. Then he finds a spooker
Nintendo
all about the monsters. Meanwhile, Marbles falls in love
I don't
with every
even-
boy she meets. Unfortunately, one of them is an
If
evil
you
McWhich
guys-
named
whoops.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
If you guys are a diehard Nintendo fan, like kind of like I am, you would know what Nintendo Power is.
And other journals on the property. There are 3 journals, and whoever has them all has them all. Ooh, the race is on. Dipper wants to figure out who wrote the journal. Maybe it was Dr. Seuss. Along the way, they fight monsters such as evil gnomes, evil golf balls, parental abandonment, strong bad. Meanwhile, Grunkle Mystery teaches us lessons about fraud and tax evasion. After the 20th Marvel's Crush of the Week episode, they thought, man, let's not leave Dipstick out of this hot action. So they made Wendy. I guess they call them the Pines twins because they're always pining after someone.
I don't get it.
Writers actually start to use her for a bit in season 2 before realizing, oh no, she's too competent. Better put her back in her box. That's all well and good until Razzle Dazzle Dorito comes.
Razzle Dazzle Dorito, yeah. That's his new name.
To take over bodies to do anything. That's why he has to make deals with humans.
Why would you make a deal with him? He has terrible reviews on Yelp. So many mysteries, the fan base is obsessed with them. Did you know that every color scheme is secretly a hexadecimal code that leads to Bill Cipher's cookie jar? Did you know that half the cast is voiced by Seuss? The
Illuminati.
biggest twist is that it's a children's show, and you're all crazy. Marvel, as the writers, take the best character and gradually make her the worst character by having her learn no lessons for 40 episodes. Then watch as Marbles makes Dipstick give up everything so she can have summer free time and boys over and over again. And she's just totally selfish all the time, and they bring it up in universe, and it just never gets resolved. Like, literally the devil calls her out on it, and Gravity Falls is the best Western cartoon to come out this decade, featuring wonderful writing, morals, visuals, and a story and cast that touch our hearts. Seriously though, is Mabel just gonna get away with all that shit, or...
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Now, I know what you're thinking. Gravity Falls is over. What do I do? What is left? What show could possibly fill that void? Well, why not find some new shows with this episode's sponsor, Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is an anime streaming service. Hundreds of episodes, all HD, all professional.
Naruto!
You know what? You can get that right now for free for 30 days by entering this code. 30 days of free anime with no ads. Right now, I recommend checking out JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's about a bunch of people with nonsense superpowers fighting vampires. And not to give anything away, but we might be doing an episode on it in the future. So study
Which-
up. Thanks.
You guys will be. Because I'm from the future. Oh, this is my favorite.
Jet Set Radio. They go on adventures bounty hunting in their bebop ship, but they're really bad at it. Super poor. That's why after they get sick of eating tin cans and sticks, they save up their money to buy a dog. Along the way, they pick up My Valentine and some kind of elf man. Danny Elfman. My Valentine is a revolving door party member who ditches the group and comes back every 2 days with no money like a trailer park mom. The dog is the only smart one. Featuring a cast that never interacts with each other outside of the occasional middle finger, leading to wonderful dynamics including nothing. But what the show lacks in character dynamics, it more than makes up for with cryptic one-liners. Oh, Ed, anything but blue. What? Why'd you say that? Why'd you say it like that? Am I supposed to interpret that? What does that mean? Such complex backstories. Spike is trying to find his girlfriend, Mrs. Bebop, who has all the personality of a cardboard cutout of a vagina. But she was kidnapped by his DeviantArt fanfiction rival, Vicious, a silver-haired Martian mobster. He's my original character. You don't know that much about Mai, except that she's unlikable, until a futuristic VHS tape arrives for her in the
Space Mail.
What's inside might change a young woman's life forever. Jet's time as a policeman has turned him into the ship's stubborn mom. Spike, you better not go out for ice cream, he says. Then when Spike comes back from his ice cream date, he's like, okay, you can come back, but it's not like I like you or anything. Blanca. Danny has no
Blanca.
backstory. Her only focus episode is a literal mushroom-induced hallucination. None of it
You
can-
guys don't need to know what that is. I was exposed to it because of my
They
dad.
even throw her in the corner.
So yeah, don't ask in the comments what they mean
Don't
by
worry,
that.
They replaced her with the most well-loved and classic egg-eating scene in all of anime. Cowboy Bebop is a masterpiece because it's so ambiguous that aside from a few specific story beats,
Bong.
you can imagine the characters however you want. That's the great thing about interpreting a complex series. You can view it as a masterpiece, or you can view it as, oh no, evil leftovers.
Leftovers. Hey guys, wanna see something cool?
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to support the show, you should check out this episode's sponsor, Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is an anime streaming service with hundreds of episodes all
My
over.
God.
It's also legal, so you can support your favorite creators instead of being a pirating hack. And if you go to my URL, crunchyroll.com/jello, you can get their premium service free for 30 days with no ads. You like Cowboy Bebop? They got space shows, Space Adventure Cobra, Space Brothers, Space Patrol Luluco. Also, I just realized they have the Japanese version of Samurai Pizza Cats on here, and if that doesn't entice you, I don't know what will.
Spike, are you fucking smoking on a ship with a closed oxygen supply? Man, if you want to do that, go outside.
He doesn't give. He can do it in one. I mean, it's his ship. He can do whatever he wants.
Alright, before anything else, I made a video I normally wouldn't make just before this one, and I talked about a bunch of important
Oof.
things, and I showed my face. Not everyone cares about me talking about personal stuff, and they're only here for the fun videos, so just to make sure everyone's on the same page, this is me. This is what I look like, okay? Anything else you stumble across isn't recent. This is the only accurate picture video of me, so stop asking. Okay, so I went to Europe, and I wasn't planning on making a video about it, but so much dumb, crazy stuff happened, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a video, isn't it? This was my first time flying on my own, so I was nervous and not really knowing what to expect. I pretty much did everything right, except when they were boarding the plane, I didn't hear them call my zone, so I went up to the desk guy and was like, excuse me, did you already call zone 3? And he was like, yes. So, should I get on the plane?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I was scared they wouldn't let me on the plane because I didn't get on at the right zone boarding time, but yeah, I guess it doesn't matter too much as long as you just get on. Also, I was flying Delta, so I wasn't scared of being beat up and kicked off. The flight was a layover that landed in Minneapolis, and it ended up actually being early, so we had to wait for a gate to open up. And after a while, I overheard one guy say to his wife, I feel like the plane should pay us $10 for every minute we're late. He was probably just getting antsy, but we were 15 minutes early. So, what do you have to pay the airport? $150? Also, I was meeting up in Minneapolis with my YouTube friend Tim Tom because flying for 8 hours on your own isn't very fun. It was the first time we met IRL, and he's super cool. And
Look
it's tall.
at the eye.
It's really tall for a marshmallow. On our flight, there were a bunch of funny things we entertained ourselves with, one of which included Tim being a nerd and hacking one of the little airport app games with a program he made on his computer to cheat and give him all the answers. It was the one that gives you a random assortment of letters and you have to make all the words you can out of them. So we got to Amsterdam after a long flight, and you know, I never really understood jet lag until then. Every emotion is like exponentially enhanced. We were tired, things were dizzy, our brains didn't work, everything was hilarious. We were so hungry that when we got something to eat, it was like the friggin' best thing we've ever and will ever have in our lives, even though it was just a dumb bagel. And it didn't help that everything was in a language that we didn't understand. Dutch is probably, to an English speaker, one of the weirdest languages to look at. It looks just enough like English at a quick glance, but then you stop and try to read it, and it's like, wait, something's not making sense here. What are you even trying to communicate here? It looks like a 2-year-old just smacked the keyboard a bunch of times. Now here's the story that'll live on in infamy, the rice cooker incident. So to try and save money and think ahead, I decided to buy a travel rice cooker to be able to make some quick meals in the hotel room in case we can't find food sometime during the trip. We picked up a few groceries, and when we got back to the room, we realized the hotel didn't give us anything. There wasn't a fridge, there wasn't water, we didn't have a chair, the frickin' shower didn't even have a door to it. So there were 2 problems at hand. First of all, what are we gonna do with all this produce without a fridge? And second, how are we gonna prepare it? We started trying to get innovative and think of things in the room we could cut produce with. What if we sharpen our credit cards? But we ended up going down to the lobby and stealing a butter knife. I don't know how people can rob banks and jewelry stores, dude, because taking that butter knife was enough to make me break into a nervous sweat. And literally, no one cared if it was gone. It's probably a bit of a time saver for them because it's one less dish to clean. We got back to the room without being caught because we're master heist planners, but noticed, wait, we don't have anything to cut stuff on. So then we had to be even more resourceful and use a tour guide coupon booklet they gave us as a makeshift cutting board. It was the most scrappy, sad kitchen setup probably ever. Tim tweeted a picture of it. I'm sorry, Gordon Ramsay. Some people probably would have given up at this point and said it wasn't worth it, but it was too late to go back. We stole for this meal. We were in too deep. After laboring for way too long over cutting onions and peppers with a dull butter knife on a soggy tour guide that got shredded paper on everything, it was finally time to plug in the rice cooker and make everything worth it. We put all the ingredients in the cooker, plugged it into the wall, and all the power went out. Uh-oh. We blew the room's fuse. The little rice cooker was too powerful for Europe, I guess. Tim and I shuffled down to the front desk and were like, so all our lights went out, and yeah. They were really apologetic, even though we were kind of the ones who stole a butter knife from them and used it to blow their room fuse, and ended up transferring us to one of their comfort suites. At first we were like, ooh, but it was pretty much the exact same thing, but with a bit more space, a chair, and a smaller window. And still no door to the shower. Also, life hack, use a tiny rice cooker to blow a hotel fuse and get transferred to a comfort suite for free. After all that, we were definitely not gonna risk blowing another fuse, so we had to get rid of the evidence by flushing the ingredients down the toilet. We didn't deserve to be in that hotel. Our only other option, other than just starving to death, was trying to find random food places on our own. It was my job to find places to eat, and was pretty much dragging Tim to these obscure places that you'd normally try to avoid. I was using this app that showed where food spots were, but it took us to really random hole-in-the-wall places that, like, no one's ever heard of. Tim probably thinks I'm a total weirdo. He was trying to be nice and all, oh yeah, this place is interesting, as we, like, sat on a bench with no shoes eating lukewarm vegetable quiches. Anyway, we were there for VidCon Europe. I don't know if you picked up on that or not. I was invited to be a moderator on an animation panel with Swoozie, Tom Scott, and this really nice girl, Dida. Since I'm a nervous wreck when it comes to these things, I accidentally dragged Tim into areas he wasn't allowed because he didn't have a speaker pass. I was just ruining everything for him. But the panel was a lot of fun, and I didn't mess it up for everyone else, so that's a relief. After VidCon, we decided to visit Paris, since it's like right there. But we had a hard time getting there, and I got kicked out of the train station bathroom because I didn't know how anything worked and was an idiot. And when we actually got to Paris, we were scammed immediately. But besides all that, it was great. Paris is like way prettier than you would think. Like everything is so pretty, it looks fake. But it's not. Because it's Paris. While we were walking to the Eiffel Tower, there was this sketchy street lady who was playing this cup game with tourists. We were watching her for a bit, and then she looks up to me and goes, "You play." And I was like, no. Oh god, confrontation. And then she said some gibberish and just handed me €100 and was like, "Your money." What? Your money. My money? No, my money. What do you want from me? I still have no idea what happened. So the last day of our vacation, we were winding down from all the adventures we had, but I had one mission. Redemption. I wanted to find one final restaurant that wasn't weird to make it up to Tim because I'm a horrible friend who drags people to weird hippie places. Over the whole trip, I'd say the majority of the places I tried to find were not great. Like, not bad, but if it was put into test scores and I had to show the graded paper to my parents, they wouldn't have been happy. I sifted through the app for way too long, focusing harder than any average person should have. I just wanted a normal place. This was my last chance. The standards were already low. It literally just had to not be weird. I pick one out, we walk over to it, and as soon as we step one foot into the place, a lady comes up to us and goes, "We only have 2 meals left. Sit down and we'll make them for you." Oh, okay. How crazy coincidental is that? We walk in and they just happen to have exactly 2 meals left. We're 2 people. The meals were just waiting for us. It was almost fate. We had no idea what we ate. It was still weird. Tim definitely still thinks I'm a weirdo. Going to Europe was the first real break from YouTube I've had in forever, and man, do I feel rejuvenated, like heck yeah, energy! But yeah, I'm excited to be back working on videos. Also, Tim made a video about the trip too. You should go watch it. If you want, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but like, I highly suggest it. This is kind of like a collaboration 2-part video thing because he talks about parts of the trip I only brushed over. There were so many weird things that happened they couldn't just fit into one video, but yeah, you'll like it. Go tell him hi. Except every time I tell you to say hi to someone, their comment section gets spammed with, "Jaden says hi," and they probably don't like that, so maybe like, just one of you guys says hi. I don't know, you'll figure it out. Also, the Jaden plushes are finally shipped out. I'm really sorry it took so much longer than I promised. The factory was having some troubles and blah blah blah. But here's a little secret just for you. Oh, what was that? Oh, no, can't say anything else. So don't rewind back to it. Bye.
No. Well, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. See you guys in the next video. Peace. And I'll see all your thoughts in the next video.